Okay, here are some ways to add some jumping into your workout. Now, I heard recently someone, probably on a podcast, said something like, there's a Russian proverb that if you stop jumping, you start dying. Of course, I'm like, I'll just Google this to see if that is truly a Russian proverb. I couldn't find anything. So I think someone just made it up, and they're probably laughing every time somebody quotes this. But anyway, the sentiment of that is true, though. I believe it. And so we work with so many people here at Mission Move, and it's interesting where they come to the conclusion, and I mean, this is even myself, where it's like, oh man, why can't I do something that I used to be able to do? And on some level, there's a lot of reasons for that, but on some levels, because you just stopped doing it, right? You just don't do it. And so jumping is one of those things where if you feel like you've lost some explosiveness, you've lost your ability to balance, your confidence in doing more complex motions. I'm thinking about even like, let's say you're going out for a hike and you had to jump across a little stream and you're like, I don't know if I can do that. Jumping will help, okay? So I kind of want to give you a couple ways that you can work jumping into a workout. And this ought to be good because most of these will probably make me a little out of breath, and then I'll have trouble talking. If you've ever tried talking while doing exercising, it seems like you're out of breath really easy. But anyway, so I'm going to show you a couple ways that I like to incorporate jumping into my workout, because if you're not jumping, you're dying, apparently, or just because this helps you keep the ability to do things you want to do for as long as possible. And then too, it's really good for bone health. All right, so the first one that I want to show you how to do is actually one of my favorite ones for doing a warm-up for running, and that is just skipping, okay? And if you haven't skipped in a while, give it a try. I've had a few patients in recently where I was like, let's skip, and they can't do it, and they're super surprised. And they have the coordination, they're athletic, they just haven't done it in a long time. So the way I like to do this with skipping is just keep it really light, keep it really quick. I like to see it done with my runners, as I said, as almost like a warm-up, and it just helps them to feel like they're getting a lot of spring in their step, which they need to for running. So just like this, just a little skip. This is a great way to do a warm-up before working out or even before running. Now, the second way to incorporate some jumping is to do skipping, but just do it high. So a high skip, right? And so this creates a little more explosive use of your muscles. So just be like this. Just going up nice and high when you skip, okay? Again, there's a lot of dynamic movement in that, having to push off and then land on your foot and absorb that force, okay? Now, the third one that I want to show you is something called bounding, okay? This is the one I probably do the least, so I'm probably not the best at it. But bounding is basically a way of, it's sort of like you're running, sort of like you're skipping, but you're trying to basically like go a little further and a little higher. This is a lot what jumpers, either high jumpers or long jumpers and stuff do in the Olympics, right, as they're approaching the jump off spot. So best I can show you, it looks like this. It's basically a big long stride like that, okay? You land a little bit heavier. There's a couple different ways to do it. You can do alternating arms. Some people do it with 2 arms forward, but it's just like this big long kind of run that you're doing. Another way of just kind of adding some explosiveness into your muscles so you don't lose the ability to do that. Now, the last one I want to show you is just a standing broad jump, right? And so basically, this is probably for people who maybe are a little less athletic, or the skipping or the bounding is a little bit of coordination issues there. So with this one, all I want you to do is squat down and then jump and land soft, right? Just like that. Just a standing broad jump, you do them in sequence, maybe do 10 of them or so, okay? So these are all pretty simple things. They're kind of fun things. You know, there's all kinds of different warm-ups we've taught, stretching and doing things like this. And honestly, just doing some jumping, even if you run through all 4 of those, is probably even more beneficial than doing some warm-up stretch. Just depends on the person, of course, as always. But give some of these little jumping drills a try as a way to warm up. It's kind of like a neurological thing going on there where you're boosting your neurological system to kind of prepare it for movement. It's like getting your brain and body connected in a coordinated way, saying like, hey, we're about to do some work here. It's great for warm up. You could do it at the end of a workout session too, just to add some in. So give jumping a try, see if you like it. Please like and subscribe to our video. And if you have any comments, please comment below, and I'll see you next time.